February 5, 2006, a landmark in Texas Hillel's history, the dedication of the Topfer Center for Jewish Life, a facility designed to fully accommodate Texas Hillel's numerous programs and future growth. For some, it will be a place to learn. For others, a place to meet new people. But for all involved with Texas Hillel, the Topfer Center is a connection to Jewish history, heritage, education, and faith. An outgrowth of the University of Texas Menorah Society, the Texas Hillel organization began in 1928 in an old house on West Avenue. Hillel had no permanent staff in those early years, and Rabbi Samuel Halevi Barron from Temple Beth Israel in Austin volunteered his time to the fledgling organization. In 1930, a fire at the West Avenue location forced Hillel to relocate to rented loft space in the Texas Theater building on Guadalupe Street, where it would remain for nearly 20 years. During the 30s, about 900 Jewish students attended the University of Texas. The Jewish student body, including various fraternities and sororities, used the Hillel Loft as a venue for services, speakers, and social events. With the growth of the university's student body in the post-World War II years, a building committee was formed to raise funds and oversee the acquisition of a site and construction of a new building. The building committee was chaired by world-renowned UT professor Hyman Ettlinger, a member of the mathematics department faculty from 1913 to 1969, and a legendary figure in the university's history. The building committee included several leading figures from the Texas Jewish community, including Austin businessman Milton Smith, who has continued through the years to provide annual operating support to Hillel. This visionary group acquired the present Hillel site at the intersection of San Antonio and 21st Street and constructed the original Hillel building at a cost of $125,000. Dedicated in 1949, the building was the first home specifically designed for Hillel. It included a chapel, classrooms, a library, and kitchen facilities. In addition to other programs, the Hillel rabbis taught university credit courses in biblical studies, which were popular with the student body and generally were filled to capacity. Of special interest, famed University of Texas coach Darrell Royal encouraged his athletes to take these courses. Beginning in the 1960s, national cutbacks in Hillel budgets impacted Texas Hillel as well. When Rabbi Jimmy Kessler became Texas Hillel's executive director in 1972, he had a $29,000 annual budget and was required to raise an additional $10,000 that year to keep Hillel's doors open. The rebirth of the National Hillel movement began in 1988, and in 1998 a statewide advisory board was organized to oversee the revitalization of the Texas Hillel. In 1999, Rabbi David Kessel was hired as Texas Hillel's executive director. Initiatives begun by Rabbi Kessel and a dynamic team of lay leaders caught the attention of the entire Texas Jewish community, including philanthropist Mort Topfer, a nationally respected executive who held numerous leadership positions at Motorola Corporation and then helped guide Dell Corporation through years of phenomenal growth. Mort Topfer recognized the need for a revitalized Texas Hillel. In the early stages of the capital campaign, he made the lead gift toward the new building's construction, while at the same time providing invaluable advice and support to the capital campaign committee. Through the generosity of Mort Topfer and numerous other Texas Hillel supporters, the new building's cost of $5.8 million was fully covered at the time construction began, and the capital campaign was progressing toward its $5 million endowment goal to ensure Texas Hillel's future financial viability. Built on the same site that Professor Ettlinger, Milton Smith, and others selected in the 1940s, the Topfer Center for Jewish Life instantaneously became a fixture in the Texas Jewish community. Brilliantly conceived to house Texas Hillel's numerous programs and other functions, the building has been embraced by the university's Jewish student body. These students are the heart of the Texas Hillel family, and the Topfer Center, under the current leadership of Rabbi David Komorowski, will guide the Jewish student body into a future bright with Jewish education, faith, and friendships. Over 75 years of history culminated on February 5, 2006, when generations of the Texas Hillel family from across the United States, as well as the university's leadership, came together to dedicate the Topfer Center for Jewish Life, a milestone in the magnificent history of Jewish life at the University of Texas at Austin, a history that is still unfinished. The best chapters are yet to be written.